Good morning, students. I welcome you all to your English class. Let's begin today's English class. Today we will begin a new chapter, that is chapter number 12, Global Warming, from your English Coursebook. All of you turn to page number 112 and we will cover till the third paragraph of 113. So let's begin with today's English class. First, you need to know what is the definition of climate. As we are going to start a new chapter, and the name of the chapter is Global Warming. So as you know, the word global has come from the word globe. First, we need to know what is the definition of climate. Climate is the average weather in a location over a long period of time. So, climate is considered to be the average weather in a location, means in a place, over a long period of time. For example, a place that does not get too much rain over many years would have a dry climate, whereas a place where it stays cold for most of the year would have a cold climate. So I hope so you have understood the definition of climate. Now let's start reading the chapter Climate Change. So we will start reading the chapter, that is chapter number 12, Global Warming. Climate change or global warming is the greatest environmental threat our planet is facing today. So it is a very dangerous venture at which we have reached today. We are at the verge of destruction because we have caused immense harm to our mother nature. It is the gradual process of heating up of Earth's environment. So global warming means the heating up of the Earth's environment gradually. Gradual means in a very slow manner, slowly. So it is the gradual process of heating up of the Earth's atmosphere or the Earth's environment. So, children, you might be wondering how the Earth's environment gets heated up. So, there are many reasons for global warming. The most important agents are the greenhouse gases. So, what is responsible for the heating up of the Earth's environment? Yes, it is the presence of the greenhouse gases in the environment. Right? These gases are created both by natural processes and human activities. So it is naturally also produced and it is also produced due to the human activities. Now we will learn in details what are these greenhouse gases. First we will understand what is the meaning of the word climate change. Climate change is the long-term change in weather. Global climate change occurs very slowly over thousands of years. Warmer atmosphere and oceans, rising sea levels, changing rainfall patterns, expansion of deserts in the subtropics, more flooding in coastal areas, melting of polar ice caps, melting of glaciers, more extreme weather events, ocean acidification, extinction of animal and plant species, food security threats for humans, the gradual increase in the Earth's temperature caused by high levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. So, the climate change means the change in the weather which occurs in a slow process. So it is the gradual increase in the Earth's temperature which is caused by the presence of high levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And what are the results? What has happened because of the rising levels of the greenhouse gases? The temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and the oceans has gone up. It has become warmer. It has resulted in the rising of the sea levels. Changing rainfall patterns. The way we receive the rainfall has changed. It has also led to the expansion of the deserts in subtropics. In subtropical regions, the areas have started receiving very less rainfall. So more and more of area have started becoming deserts. Whereas some areas have started receiving heavy rainfall, which has led to the flooding in the coastal areas. It has also led to the melting of the polar ice caps. The glaciers have started melting. Next, more extreme weather events, oceans acidification, extinction of animal and plant species, and it has also led to food security threats for humans. So, some areas have become unfavorable for growing different types of crops for farming and agriculture. So, these are the adverse effects of the climate change. Now, let's move to the next paragraph. The primary greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are, so it is very important for us to understand what are the greenhouse gases that are present in Earth's atmosphere. So the greenhouse gases that are present in the Earth's atmosphere are water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and ozone. These gases are responsible for trapping heat in the atmosphere. They are the reason why Earth is warm and habitable for humans. But if these gases exceed the normal level, it may make the atmosphere too warm for humans to live in. So children, the greenhouse gases are actually helpful for us because they trap the radiation when the sun enters. When the sunlight enters the earth, most of the sunlight gets reflected back to the space. But due to the presence of these greenhouse gases, it is possible for the Earth's atmosphere to trap the heat, to keep some of the heat in the Earth's environment, in the Earth's atmosphere. That is why the Earth becomes a proper place for us to live in. It becomes habitable for us. But if the greenhouse gases, the levels of the greenhouse gases keeps on increasing, it starts trapping more and more of heat, and thereby the temperature of the Earth's environment starts rising, and it becomes problematic for us to survive. Now you can see the pictures of the greenhouse gases which are present in the Earth's atmosphere. We can find methane, nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide, ozone, chlorofluorocarbon, carbon monoxide, and sulfur dioxide. So these are the main greenhouse gases which are present in the Earth's atmosphere and which is actually responsible for the increase in the Earth's environment's temperature. Now I will show you a short clipping where you can see the greenhouse gases. So here you can see carbon dioxide, next is methane, and next is nitrous oxide. See what they are saying. They are saying they are responsible for the greenhouse effect. So now did you understand what are the greenhouse gases present in the atmosphere? Yes. Now, what is the meaning of this greenhouse effect? So, first children, please follow the diagram. Number one, you can see the sun radiation travels towards the earth. So you can see that the rays of the sun are traveling towards the earth. Then some of the energy is reflected and the rest of it is absorbed by earth's surface. So you can see that a part of the heat and part of earth's radiation, it gets reflected back to the space, whereas part of the radiation gets absorbed by the earth's atmosphere. You see number 3 now. The earth also emits heat back to the space. Some of this energy passes directly through the atmosphere. So some of the heat is also reflected by the earth to the space. Number 4. But the greenhouse gases present in the earth's atmosphere traps most of the radiation that is comes from the sun, and it keeps the planet warm and it makes it habitable for us. So this is what greenhouse effect means. So children, if too much heat gets absorbed by the greenhouse gases, the temperature of the earth becomes more. It starts rising and it starts becoming uncomfortable for the living beings of the earth to survive. So the atmosphere containing too much greenhouse gases leads to the rise in the temperature of the earth's environment, and it poses different threats to the human beings as well as the plants and the animals on the earth. Now we will move to the next paragraph. Increasing population and its growing needs contribute to climate change. So another reason which has led to global warming or climate change is the increase in population. More and more people are born, and the population of the country is increasing day by day. Forests are being cleared to create living spaces for human beings. Now, as the population is increasing, more space is needed by the people to live, right? So what we are doing, we are mercilessly cutting off the trees in order to make living space. Trees remove carbon dioxide. We know how helpful the trees are because they remove the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere while they produce oxygen that reduces the amount of greenhouse gases. So the trees play a vital role in controlling the levels of the greenhouse gases, because we know the trees are green plants which needs carbon dioxide for the process of making their food, that is photosynthesis, and as a byproduct they give us oxygen, which is very much required for us. So deforestation, that means the large-scale cutting of trees, has led to the rise in the levels of the greenhouse gases. So this is one reason which is very, very important for rising the levels of greenhouse gases in the Earth's environment. Now here again you will see a short clipping where you can see the adverse effects of the greenhouse gases and why the greenhouse gases have started increasing. Here you can see the smokes that is emitted from the vehicles, the smokes which are emitted from the industries, the factories, has led to the rise in the level of greenhouse gases. Now here you can see the green tree. The green tree are very important for us because they absorb the carbon dioxide that is present in the atmosphere and they give rise to oxygen, which is very much helpful for us. But due to several human activities, we are clearing the forests, we are mercilessly cutting down the trees, and we are building more and more living spaces. And this has led to deforestation, which in return has led to the increase in the levels of the greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere. Now, I hope so you have understood the concepts. Now, children, let's read further. Factories and industries produce poisonous gases that destroy the protective ozone layer. So, you know that the ozone layer is a layer which is present in the Earth's atmosphere, and it protects the Earth by stopping the harmful UV rays from reaching the Earth's surface. Now, the importance of ozone layer is immense for the Earth's atmosphere, because life on Earth could not succeed without the protective shield of the ozone layer. This gas absorbs the UV rays, which harms plants and animals. Human health problems such as skin cancer and blindness can be attributed to the decrease in the amount of ozone layer. So, because of the different human activities, the ozone layer has started becoming thinner, and there is a depletion. There is a hole that is also observed in the ozone layer. So these are the reasons why the greenhouse gases has started affecting the earth so immensely. Now, children, see the next paragraph. However, due to the depleted ozone layer, ultraviolet rays from the sun are able to enter Earth's atmosphere. So, there is a depletion seen on the ozone layer. Depletion means the ozone layer has started to turn off. It has started to thin, it has becoming thinner and thinner day by day, and the holes are also observed in the ozone layer, due to which it becomes easy for the UV rays of the sun to enter the Earth's atmosphere, and therefore different types of diseases are found now very prevalent on our earth. Now, children, vehicles need fossil fuels. This is another reason, as we know that vehicles need fossil fuels to run, and burning of such fuels increases carbon dioxide. Hence, our lifestyle driven by technology is making the earth less habitable. So, we are using different types of technologies for getting more and more comforts in our lives, but it is causing great harm to our earth and our atmosphere. Next, there are many dangers of global warming. So, what are the effects of global warming? What are the dangerous consequences that are happening due to the global warming? The ice caps and glaciers are melting fast due to the rise in the temperature. So, due to the rising temperature, the ice caps and the glaciers have started melting at a very fast rate. If this continues, large section of Earth's landmass will soon be underwater. So, if the melting of the glaciers remains and it continues in to be melting in a great speed, so what will happen? The land mass or the areas of land will soon come under water. It is also increasing the duration of summer. The length of summer, the time length of summer has increased. We get we get to experience more of summer season, and the duration or the time period of winter season has decreased. This unnatural change in seasons is dangerous for human as well as animals. So this change in the seasons is also very harmful for the animals as well as the humans. So you can see the rising temperature of the Earth's atmosphere, and the Earth is burning because of the excessive heat that is present in the Earth's environment, which has led to global warming. So there are some questions for you. Number one, you need to choose the correct options among them. So, what is the blanket of air covering the earth called? Is it ozone? Is it methane? Or is it atmosphere? Yes. So, the correct option is option C, atmosphere. Number two, increase in the level of which gases is causing global warming? Is it A, oxygen, B, greenhouse gases, or C, hydrogen? Yes, children, it is option number B, greenhouse gases. Now, let's move to number 3. Global warming means dash in the temperature. Number A, decrease, B, increase, none of this. See, none of this. Yes, it's number B, that is increase. Global warming means increase in temperature. Now let's move to number 4. Greenhouse gases traps the dash to keep the earth warm. Is it number A, heat, B, water, or C, air? Yes, you are again correct. It's A, heat. Greenhouse gases traps the heat to keep the earth warm. So I hope so. You have understood till this much, and the explanation is clear to all of you. So children, it's time for us to join hands and take little steps so that we can make the earth a better place to live in, and we can decrease the level of greenhouse gases present in the earth's atmosphere and make it a more habitable and a more wonderful place to live in. So this much for today's English class. Thank you all of you.